So, I'm Morton Kondracke. I'm, thank you, co-chairman with John and Diane Ream of this dinner, and a board member of the Parkinson's Action Network. And it is a great honor tonight to present the Millie Kondracke Award, named for my late wife, for outstanding advocacy to Jim Trussell, who has been the coordinator for PAN in Georgia since 2003. Immediately after he was diagnosed, he leapt into the Parkinson's advocacy cause. He's engaged hundreds of new advocates and enlisted them to help out in the Parkinson's advocacy all over Georgia. His passion is unmatched in our community. And one thing is certain, he works as hard as he possibly can to find a cure for Parkinson's disease. In 2008, he received the Pan Lewis Fishman Award for Parkinson's advocacy at the local level. He's the co-founder and chief volunteer officer for the Northwest Georgia Parkinson's Disease Association. He was chairman of the National Parkinson's Foundation's 2009 Young Onset Parkinson's Network Conference, and he's been working on the Georgia State Legislature to keep them from passing anti-stem cell legislation and to that's a tough job. That's Georgia, right? And he's also working on legislation there to establish a Parkinson's registry. He's hosted Parkinson's Day at the Georgia State Capitol and added the PAN Forum webcast to that event in 2010. So, James, come here. This is actually photography is what it's all about. Photography is what it's all about. So is this not a handsome award? I mean, you know, if you're going to get an award, it ought to look good, right? And this one really looks good. So, James, here you are, and thank you so much for your service.
Thank you, Mort, and thank you, Parkinson's Action Network. To say that I'm honored to be this year's recipient of the Millie Kondracke Award for Outstanding Advocacy would be a tremendous understatement. In fact, I'm humbled. Millie's life and legacy has served as an inspiration to me and to many others. I believe that there will be a cure for Parkinson's disease, and I plan to be there to celebrate when we get that cure. Getting to the cure is not going to be easy. It is not enough for us to simply say, I have Parkinson's and I want a cure. We must fight and demand for that cure. I'm incredibly lucky to have the love and support of my family and my partner, Stephen. It is with their encouragement and my faith in God that I'm able to put the time and energy into fighting this disease. Since my diagnosis 7 years ago, I have been blessed with the opportunity to learn from and work with many incredible people in the Parkinson's community, including Carl and Angela Robb, Gene Burns, Jackie Christensen, Carol Meenan, Kay Jenkins, and too many others to mention. The bonds that we have formed over the years provide the strength and support for this fight. I would be remiss if I did not mention people in my local support group, like Chris Polson, Connie Ray, Laney and Rich Carmen, Johnny and Jennifer Holtze. These are people who help me on a daily basis to battle this disease. I've had the pleasure of working with Robin Elliott, Adolfo Diaz, and Joyce Obador, and they have all shared their passion of finding treatments for Parkinson's disease. It is a pleasure to work with them. And I must especially thank the Parkinson's Action Network, Amy, Haley, and the rest of the Parkinson's Action Network staff for fighting with us and fighting this disease every day. Their tireless efforts benefit all of us and keep us informed of what's going on in Washington. There's never been a better time to have Parkinson's disease. There's more research going on today to find the genetic cause of Parkinson's disease than ever before. Just last spring, For the first time in our history, the U.S. Senate declared April as Parkinson's Disease Awareness Month. Less than a month ago, the House of Representatives passed H.R. 1362, the Neurological Disease Surveillance Act, establishing a national registry for not only Parkinson's disease, but for neurological disorders. The Parkinson's Action Network empowered the grassroots advocates like myself to fight for these advances. As great as these strides are and the potential that they hold, they are not enough. It is not enough to simply say, I have Parkinson's, but it doesn't matter. As advocates, we must continue to fight and raise awareness every day on the national, state, and local level. We must fight for a cure for Parkinson's. We need the House of Representatives and the President to join the Senate in permanently designating April as Parkinson's Disease Awareness Month in 2011. The Parkinson's community must remain vigilant and fight to ensure that Stem Cell Research Advancement Act is passed and signed into law. We cannot sit back and wait for executive orders or lawsuits to fund this important research. The Neurological Diseases Surveillance Act must be passed in the Senate and signed into law. To find a cure for Parkinson's, we must have accurate numbers and not mere guesses. For the past 10 years, we've all been told that 1.5 million people live with Parkinson's. We're also told that 60,000 are diagnosed every year, but only 19,000 people die with Parkinson's. If you think about it, those numbers don't add up. The number should be increasing every year. It doesn't. When the Neurological Diseases Surveillance Act is signed into law, we will finally be able to obtain accurate statistics on the epidemiology of Parkinson's disease. These statistics will not only lead to better treatments, but they will lead to a cure. Advocacy is a responsibility for everyone living with Parkinson's, including family and care partners. Please join me in supporting the Parkinson's Action Network in these efforts and put an end to Parkinson's disease. Remember, it is not enough to say, I have Parkinson's and I want a cure. We must demand and fight for it every day, for that is what advocacy is all about. Thank you.